Ready to go, Terry? Okay, we're all ready to go here at the start of the third quarter. Umpire holds the ball in there. He's just waiting for the siren. It's West Preston leading 11-4. Make that 70 to McLeod on 3-7-25. Okay, in the ruck there is Smith's in the ruck there for West Preston. Long in the ruck there for McLeod. Oh, but Andrew in first the ball. He's taken without getting his hands on the ball, but no free kick there to Johnny Andrew. The umpire says give them in, we'll have another ball up, throws the ball in the air. Okay, this time comes off the hands of the pack, comes down to Scooter White. He just belts it on his boot, gets it up forward. So it's bouncing. Kyle Ewart gets a handball in there, back to no one in particular. McLeod eventually get their hands on the ball through Dave Andrew. He drives the ball up to forward. Lynch flies high but doesn't come down with the ball. West Preston come down with the ball and they get the ball out to Peters at half back. They've got a man running free here on the wing position, but he elects to ignore it and gets it up towards Barden. Oh, Malikan in there first. He's taken without the ball and the umpire says it's a free kick to Malikan. Malikan makes no time, drives the ball down forward, looking for a lead up from someone, but the only flag on the road there is Preston Giacomo. Does all the defensive work there for West Preston. Gets across to his teammate. Oh, he's trapped right in front. And there is a free kick to McLeod in a very, very dangerous position. Number 28 there for West Preston. Decided to change the direction of play there, and it was well tackled. It was Sean Gannon who was tackled there, and McLeod from the free kick have been able to pop that one through for a goal. Now, who got the goal, Terry? Who got the goal? Anyone know? Anyone know who got the goal?
Past the bench.
No. Jack, who got the goal? Who got the goal? Ben Hines has put it through for his first goal in senior football to McLeod. Okay, now back to the centre bounce. Now Long gets a nice handball out to Andrew Murray. McLeod go into attack again there. The ball bouncing, but ends up in the hands of Preston Giacomo. He gets it out to his teammate, who gets the ball up to Peters on the wing position. He then kicks up over centre. Waiting back there is O'Brien, and he's been interfered with. The umpire says, O'Brien, you can have a free kick. The true centre half-back position. O'Brien sums up his options. He chips the ball out to Andrew Murray. He's waiting out here on the wing position, just in front of the commentary position. Gets it in, handball in ball to Kidd, who runs. Gets another handball to Ryan Harris, who runs around on his left foot and does a big tumbling kick down forward. It's knocked away by the West Preston defender at ground level there. It's all West Preston through McKenna, who runs this way, he runs that way, and then drives the ball further along the centre wing, but he's gone too wide and it's over the line and out of bounds. McLeod take the free kick. They drive the ball down to the forward pocket looking for Ewart there. He can't hold on to the ball, and at ground level eventually no one can get control of the ball there, and it's over the line and out of bounds in the forward pocket. The end to which McLeod is kicking, which is the St James Road end of the ground. McLeod going right of screen. The Roosters, West Preston going left the screen to the bowling club. The bowling club end. Okay, now there's a snap on goal here. Oh, it's going close, but not close enough. The kick there might have been by Lynch. Looked a little unusual because your left foot kick, he kicked on his right foot on that occasion. Through Fry behind. West Preston bring the ball back into play. They come around the pavilion side of the ground where there's a nice strong mark to Preston Giacomo. He gets the handball to his teammate, tumbles it up in the wing position here too, looking for Barden, but in the way there is Billy Damaveski. He picks it up, nice, gets a handball over to O'Brien. O'Brien gets the handball back to White. He gets the ball to Sievers. Back to O'Brien. O'Brien does a big up and under kick up to the centre half forward position in the way there of the West Preston defenders, and they take the easy of marks and are able to repel. They repel up the half forward when Fahul picks up the ball, spots up Antonio Rocca in the goal square. Rocca looks up, he says, I'm going to belt the ball out over the top of into the bowling green, but then he says, no, I'll just pop it through. So he just taps it over the line, and it's through for a goal to West Preston. They get their 12th for the day. West Preston go to 12 goals, 8, make that 70. They're leading McLeod, who are on 4 goals, 8, 32. Early stages of the third quarter. Back at the centre bounce. There's a punch away there by Long. Comes down to Harris. He gets on his left foot, gets it up forward. In the way there's Prestigiacomo. He makes it so easy for his teammates. Handballs over his teammate who drives up over half forward. The ball is bouncing. The Irishman McDougal's in there for West Preston. Eventually Travis White tumbles a kick out of the fence there, where it comes to ground level to Rory Scott. He gets a quick handball to Jack Bianchin, gets another handball over to Sean White. He's pushed in the back. A play goes on. West Preston players go in hard there, particularly Pierce McChesky, who gets up gingerly, and number 3, who will be Lazza. Okay, now from the throw up, it comes down to Pierce McChesky. You get the ball further forward where White's in the road there for McLeod. He tries to get a handball over the line, but it's over the line and out of bounds for a throw in. Ball being thrown back in here. Ryan Harris had to take the tap out there for McLeod. Oh, eventually West Preston working the ball beautifully here. They get the centre ground. Woodham's intercepted there. Woodham's in hard there. He's fighting hard at ground level, and he's caused a ball up. Scooter White's not happy there, and he's handing out a bit of rough treatment on that West Preston player, number 18, who is Fahur. Ali Fahur, and Fahur says, we'll just get back and start playing football. Eventually it comes to Adams. The umpire, well, Adams had the ball there, but the umpire said he didn't have the ball, and said he'll give him a free kick. Woodhams takes the resultant free kick. He chips the ball over to the loose man there, who is Malikan. Malikan's marked it just forward to centre. Belts it down forward to where Lynch just couldn't quite hang on to the ball there in the forward pocket. So West Preston are able to defend easily. They work the ball to half back. Then they hesitate a bit. They go this way, they go that way. There's been some whistling by umpires. I'm not too sure what's happening there, but there's a free kick to West Preston on the back flank part of the ground. They then switch play back inboard defensively. Then they switch it over to this the pavilion side wing, where Fahur has marked it. Ali Fahur kicks into the man the mark, but his teammate backs up for him, makes it easy for him. It's a beautiful kick by number 15, who is Matthew Vasilevsky, and he's kicked to the true centre half forward position, where big Antonio Rocca has taken a nice mark and has spotted up his teammate closer to goal, and his teammate comes in and pops through the easiest of goals. I just couldn't pick up the number there. Anyway, it's the 13th goal a day to the Roosters. What number was it, Terry? What one? Number 10. That'll be Billy Macheski. So Billy Macheski pops through the 13th goal a day to the Roosters. They've got a 13 goal to 4 lead here. It's a huge lead. Early stages, third quarter. Ball thrown in the air at the centre bounce. Long in the ruck there. Got the ball down to Malikan. He's taken a little high play goes on. Came to Ryan Harris. His handball's intercepted. Again, Long's in there. He's stripped of the ball. Comes to Andrew Murray. He wastes no time. Belts it on his boot. Gets it up to centre half forward. Where there's a push out here to Dave Adams, number 10 for McLeod, and he's going to have the resultant free kick from the true centre half forward position. He'll be kicking from about 50 metres out directly in front. Very capable kick of the ball though, this man. Adams comes in. Looks nice off the boot. It's going close. Yes, it has made it. There's a little nod of the head by the goal umpire, and then the 2 fingers. It's a goal to McLeod. They get their 5th for the day. They go to 5 goals, 8. Make that 38, trailing the Roosters 13-4, 82. See Nankervis coming back onto the ground. Going to looks like he might be going up forward, Nankervis, which is a very unusual spot for him. Seeing he spent most of his career in defensive spots. But we've got to try something, McLeod, to give this side a lift. So very much out of the game at this stage from a winning the game point of view. If they get the ball up to half forward and big Antonio Rocca runs onto the ball. Now Antonio Rocca has marked the ball 45 to 50 metres out, Grove Road side of the oval. Sun in his eyes, he shades his eyes, he says, I'll show you how to kick a goal, boys. He comes in. Oh, it's just a tumbling pit. It's going to fall short, and it's falls short in the hands of Billy Damaveski, rather. And he has marked for McLeod, Damaveski. Okay, there's been a penalty there. He's brought out to the half-back area. He just chips it a little wider to his teammate there, deep in defence. Might have been Sievers. No, it was Bianchin. They get the ball down to Dave Adams at half forward. He dries up. A nice kick up to the forward pocket where there's a lead out by Scooter White, number 9, who's taken a nice mark in the forward pocket, Grove Road side of the oval. And White will go back and have the shot for goal. So McLeod ringing the changes here with White and Nankervis finding themselves in forward positions. He handballs over to Woodhams, who shoots for goal. His kick is not quite good enough on this occasion. It's forced over the line for one behind, 1 point to McLeod. Okay, the Roosters bring the ball back into play. They work it to the near side, the pavilion side, to Matthew Vasilevsky. Vasilevsky swings on his left foot. It's a big kick right up in front of the pavilion there. Now, there's been some interference here to Billy Damaveski, number 50 for McLeod. And he kicks just the legal distance little chip over to Hayden Sievers right in front of the pavilion here. And he tumbles a punt right up to the tee for goal. Big pack of players up there. Who's at ground level? Well, no one's able to get possession of the ball. McLeod player might be Hewitt there. Looks like he's in a lot of trouble as West Preston are able to force that ball through for a behind. Oh, they bring the ball back into play. There's a beautiful mark taken by Simon Close here. He spots up his teammate, he had a little bit of a Bo Peep there at the man coming the other way, did young Luke McKenna. Play's gone on, and there's been a ball up, forced ball up here. Comes down to Andrew Murray. He tumbles the ball just up over centre. It's bouncing, but into the arms of Presti Giacomo. Someone goes to tackle him, Bianchin, but he just pushes him out of the road. Gets a handball across to his teammate, but they've come unstuck here, and Scooter White's got in the road here. He tumbles the ball down to the full forward area where Hewitt's still on the ground, but he's in a lot of pain in the goal square here. And so there's a numerous number of West Preston defenders here who can virtually raffle who's going to repel the attack. Eventually get it out to the wing position, and it's out of bounds right in front of the McLeod coach's box. Ball thrown back into play. Long still on the ruck for McLeod. Okay, Long and ground level there. Eventually he's able to just suckle the ball further forward, and it's close to the boundary line. Oh, West Preston's done very well there. We're number 42, but he's well tackled there, all wrapped up by the McLeod players. The play goes on. Adams gets it over to Andrew Murray, who goes wider with a tumbling kick up to half forward, where it comes to Scooter White. There's been a free kick to McLeod. The umpire's called play on. Doesn't seem to be much advantage there. Eventually, McLeod they relinquished the advantage. They've just totally messed that up. And West Preston are able to repel easily through Barden who gets over his teammate, who he messes up. Eventually, this handball's been missed left, right and centre here by both sides. Eventually, Harris for McLeod is in hard there and gets a handball out to, might have been Scooter White. He shoots for goal. That looks good. That looks very good. And it's through for a goal. The 5th of the day, or 6th of the day to McLeod. They go to 6-10. Make that 46, trailing the West Preston Lakeside Roosters on 13-4-82. Is that Scooter White kicked that, Terry?
Yeah,
Scooter White, yeah. Very, very capable player, that guy. Scooter White's kicked many goals in his time here. Now, Melican got it out to Harris from the centre bounce, and back to Melican. Melican's kick goes further forward, down to half forward. Scooter White in there, and he's taken, is it White? I think it's Scooter White. He's taken high, and umpire says you can have a free kick. So 16-minute mark, third quarter. McLeod staging a little bit of a comeback here. And they get a little bit closer, particularly if you can get a goal there. White comes in, shoots. It's not looking too bad off the boot, but not quite good enough. And he misses to his near side, and it's through for one behind, 1 point to McLeod. So they go out to 16 goals, 12, trailing West Preston Roosters on 13-4. Okay, the Roosters bring the ball back into play on the pavilion side. Now in front of, looking for Preston Giacomo, but in front of him was Andrew Murray, who's taken a nice mark. Now, McLeod people know that Andrew Murray is a very, very long kick, and he may even fancy his chances here. He's kicking from about 55 metres, 45-degree angle. He comes in. Oh, it's a nice kick off the boot, but it's just missing to the far side. It's gone through for a behind. So one more point. Yes?
The microphone on the other's rubbing against the fence there. Could you move it?
This one's what?
The microphone is rubbing against the fence. The other microphone. That one, yeah.
Yeah. Put it like that. Okay. Had an issue here with a mic rubbing against the wire fence, so I've just adjusted that. There's another point's gone on the board to McLeod. Just waiting for the ball to be brought back into play. McLeod on 6-13. Make that 49. Trailing West Preston 13-4-82. 18-minute mark. The umpire's called for time on. So waiting for the ball to be retrieved from over in St James Road. The Roosters to bring the ball back into play. They get a look and they spot up Billy Morrison deep in the back pocket. He just shoves his opponent aside. Gets the ball up to the wings, to half forward. Eventually comes to the hands of Lynch. Chips the ball forward, but it's all West Preston there deep in defence. They switch the play, and then push their opponent away, and then burst through the centre of the ground, get the ball looking up for Rocker. On this occasion, it's O'Brien who was able to repel the attack. He spots up long at half back, gets the handball over to O'Brien. He gets a cruel bounce, but anyway, he spots up Dave Adams. Dave Adams runs down the wing position, kicks to half forward, but it's all West Preston there as Luke McKenna's in the road there. He gets a handball to his teammate, who gets he tries to get it back to McKenna, doesn't want him to do it. Eventually comes to Hines, he got a handball to his teammate, and then it comes out to Bianchin, but he couldn't control the ball just near the boundary line. The ball is over the line and out of bounds, right in front of the home pavilion here today. Nice crowd in attendance. Ball being thrown back into play. Andrew Murray gets the ball onto his left foot. He's kicked it up to a dangerous spot. And you do that, you're always a chance of something happening. And what has happened is Scooter White has run in here and taken a nice chest mark on the run, directly in front, 25 metres out from goal. So we may end up with a situation where McLeod may actually win this quarter, which is good. Scooter White comes in directly in front, and he has missed the. He has missed what he would like to have got. His kick has missed to the far side, and it's through for another behind. So, yeah, poor kicking is poor football. No, it's no one else to blame for poor kicking. Ball comes back into play where it's marked by Damien Smith. He decides we'll just turn play around. We'll go back into defence. They're just moving the ball around, working their way up the ground, the West Preston defenders. They drive the ball up now in front of the coach's box to the wings in. There's some nice work there from Kidd to Long to Bianchi, and now to Scooter White. Now he's in a really tight angle. He's marked in the forward pocket 25 metres out from goal, and he's probably thinking, oh well, I missed that easy one, but we'll have a go at this really difficult one. Now he's not looking that confident there because he's looking at his options, and then he's thinking, oh well, I'll have a go at this one. I'll see how we go. He shoots, and he's missed this time to his near side. So it's through for the 15th behind of the day for McLeod. They go to 6 goals, 15-51, trailing West Preston 13-4-82. So it's nearly back to a 5-goal ball game. Nearly. One more point, it will be. Okay, West Preston, no, they just dart away from fullback to the outer side there. Man showing great speed there. He's worked it all the way to half back, and now he's kicked the ball up to the wing position. Done very well there. Oh, it's a bit of heavy work on the McLeod player on the mark there in Richard Andrew. West Preston player brings it up to half forward, and there's a nice mark at half back there by, it might be Billy Damineski, is it? Yes, it is. He handballs over to his teammate. Might be Rory Scott, is it, on this occasion? No, it's not. It's Hayden Sievers. He's showing a great turn of speed from half back. He drives the ball over centre, kicks down to half forward. Waiting back there is Simon Prestigiacomo. Now, he's been interfered with by Story, and the umpire says, well, we can have a 50-metre penalty for that. And so it brings him up just over centre. He chips it out to Ali Fahour on his own at half forward, and he drives down to the Tifa goal. Big pack of players up there. The Rocker was there, eventually come to ground level. West Preston player comes in under very little pressure, has no problems popping it through for a goal. So they get their 14th goal for the day. They go to 14-4, leading McLeod on 6 goals, 15. And we're 23 minutes into the third quarter. So after all that spirited play by McLeod and spending long periods of time in attack, getting behind after behind, West Preston Roosters have just gone forward and gone bang. That's how you get a goal. Okay, back at the centre bounce here. It's West Preston in first for the ball there through Lazar. He's all wrapped up. The umpire says we'll have another ball up. Throws the ball in the air. Harris having to do the ruck work for McLeod. Eventually it comes down to Story. Gets it to Nankivs. He gets a little chip kick out too. Not too sure who, but he was arguably interfered with there. Might have been Dave Adams. Play's gone on. They'll work it out of defence. West Preston through Chris Barden. He transverses the play wide to the wing position to the Irishman Niall. They all call Niall. And it goes to the Irishman who's not in Egypt at all, even though they're calling him Niall. Eventually we see Hines taken high for McLeod at centre half back. He gets a handball over to Long. He tumbles a kick to half forward, but in the road there is the Irishman Niall. He gets a handball back and then eventually comes off Ali Fahul's hands and over the line and out of bounds. Okay, we've got a change happening here from McLeod. Williams has come off. Branley's come back onto the ground as Chris Barden comes away with the ball from halfback. But he's been intercepted by Lynch there. He gets a shot on goal and, well, it's a day for kicking behinds for McLeod. He puts it through for the 16th behind for the day to McLeod. They go to 6 goals, 16 trailing West Preston Roosters, 4 goals, 4. Okay, Roosters bring the ball back into play. They get it half back where Matthew Vasilevsky takes a mark all on his own. Spots up a teammate on centre wing on his own, right in front of the McDonald scoreboard. He's taking his time, going forward, looking for an option. He's looking for big man in Rocker. He's found the big Rocker. Rocker's looked up and he spotted up his teammate, big fella there in Damien Smith, and he's taken a mark in the forward pocket. Grove Road side of the ground, bowling club end of the ground. So Damien Smith will have a shot on goal here. I think he might be a left footer. We'll just see what happens here. He fancies his chances. He's on a tight angle. Trapped in against the boundary line. He's a left footer. Comes in. It's going close, but not close enough. But there's a beautiful mark taken there by the forward for West Preston there in Simon Close. Now he is marked just 3 metres out from goal, but he's going to be put around on a very, very tight angle. He fancies the old banana kick. He comes in and looks like he's got no problems putting that one through. And it's through for another goal to the West Preston Lakeside Roosters. So the Lakeside Roosters go out to 15 goals, 4. Make that 90... we'll go to about 94, leading McLeod 6-16, 52. Very close to the 3/4 time siren.
27 minutes gone.
What's that?
27 gone.
27-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. Okay, Smith in the ruck there, wins the tap out. It comes down to running as far as Sievers for McLeod, who gets a nice kick down to half forward. But waiting back there, Presti Giacomo. These are his bread and butter. When they just come tumbling in the kicks, he just judges it better than anyone else. He's got the body size, he's got the experience, and he's got the safe hands. And he knows how to cover the exact amount of territory at the right moment and do the right thing at the right moment. And that's why he got so many games at the top level. Well, eventually it's scrambled forward by McLeod and a bit of a hopeful kick on the ground there by McLeod, and it's through for another surprise behind. So we get the 17th goal McLeod get for the day. They go to 6 goals, 17. As West Preston bring it out of a defence beautifully. They get the ball up to half forward. There's a strong mark there to the West Preston player. Just can't quite pick up his number there at the moment. He's looking, he's got options up there. He's got Big Smith, he's got big Antonio Rocker. And Antonio Rocker hears the siren going and just decides, this just my sock. And we'll just stroll over to the huddle for see the coach has got to say at 3/4 time. So 3/4 time we go to the break. It's McLeod 6 goals, 17, 53, trailing West Preston 5 goals for 15-4, 94. So we've got 23 scoring shots to 19. So McLeod's had more shots on goal today, but they're trailing on the scoreboard appreciably. And he told them all to have belief in himself. And when you're going for goal, he said, well, don't think about it. You've got to have belief that you could actually kick the goal. Anyway, West Preston come away from the centre bounce. They bring it up forward where they can't take them out. Then the way there's Billy Damameski. He gets a handball over to Nankervis. He gets a handball back to O'Brien. O'Brien goes this way. O'Brien goes that way. Eventually kicks the ball out to the back flank. Or Adams is interfered with there, but Adams is good enough to back up at ground level. Gets a handball inboard to O'Brien. He gets a swooping handball to John Andrew over to Woodhams. Woodhams darts away from the wing position. He gets it up to White on the wing position. So Woodhams keeps going. He's done very well. They get the ball up forward, and there's some interference to the McLeod full forward in Hewitt, and Hewitt will take the free kick at 20 metres out from goal. And he's on a 45-degree angle, kicking to the bowling club end of the ground. Hewitt comes in, looks nice off the boot. Yep, no problems there. And it's through for the first goal of the last quarter goes to McLeod. And McLeod go to 7 goals, 17-59, trailing the visitors, the West Preston Lakeside Roosters, who are on 15-4-94. (7-17) to 15-4. You see the value of straight kicking. You just look at the scoreboard. Okay, as McLeod go into attack again through John Andrew, but waiting back there is number 3 in Lazar for West Preston. Takes a nice mark at halfback. Just chips the ball over to his teammate. Chips the ball further along to a lead up on the wing position there to, might have been Smith on that occasion, was it? He gets the ball down to Chris Barden, number 5. He's been in everything today. He drives the ball up to the full forward area looking for big Rocker. Oh, Rocker there bursts through the pack. Gets a nice handball out to his teammate. Ends up in the hands of Macheski. Pierce Macheski kicks down to the full forward area. But waiting back there is Sievers, I think it was, for McLeod. Took a nice saving mark. They got the ball to Andrew Murray to Damaveski, but his kick has gone into the man on the mark. Slash smothered. Call it what you like. And then there's some interference to West Preston, and there is a free kick to big Antonio Rocker, and he passes to his team up in the forward pocket, who wasn't alert to the situation. Come to hands of O'Brien, who tries to burst through his opponent there. Couldn't quite get through, and the ball eventually out of his hands and over the line, out of bounce. Ball thrown back into play now. Ground level, we have McLeod player doing very well there as O'Brien. He's got it out to half back, but it's all West Preston there. They sweep the ball inside to Mackenzie. Gets a poor bounce, but Harris is able to capitalise beautifully for McLeod. Get the ball down to Lynch. Lynch just runs around. He's got the ball on his left foot there, and the kick has ended up in the hands of Kyle Hewitt. Now Hewitt's marked 35 metres out from goal on a slight angle. Hewitt kicking to the bowling club end of the ground. Now this, if he gets a goal, it'll bring them back within 5 goals. Oh, it's an up and under kick by Hewitt. Has he made it? Oh, it's close. Yeah, the old Colin Pyle likes it, and it's through for another goal to McLeod. And they go to 8 goals, 17, trailing West Preston Roosters 15-4. Could it be, Terry? Could it be? They could come from the clouds, Terry. They're coming from a long way back today against some very experienced opposition. But never write them off. It's a 29-point margin here at the Winton Oval. Okay. From the centre bounce, it's Adams coming away with a nice sweeping handball, goes out wide, but it's only as far as, well, Mackenzie was in the road there, but the Cloud guys have really lifted here. John Andrews kicks the ball up to half forward, and then Woodhams is in there. West Preston Rooster man is legged there, gets a handball out to Chris Barden. He goes further wide to his teammate there, who gets it down to the wing position, and there's a beautiful lead up there by Bozzetto. He's taken a nice mark on the true wing position. He kicks it down to half forward, where in the way there is Story, close to the boundary line and just over the line. The umpire says you've just gone over, son. So the ball being thrown back into play here right in front of the pavilion here. Oh, there's a beautiful clearance takeaway there by number 51 for number 51. That's Peters, the man that's not on the team sheet today, but he's listed on the record. Ben, beautiful takeaway clearance there. They got it down to full forward where they're able to get it through for just the 1 point to West Preston. Now, McLeod bring the ball back into play to where Barden's in the road there. He gets possession and chips the ball across to his teammate who's taken a mark inside the arc, gets it over his teammate who runs in for the easiest of goals. I think it might have been, who we got there? Let me see. Turn around, son. We'll get that. It's a goal to the Roosters. It might be the big fella, Mackenzie. Can't quite tell. Or it could be Simon Close. 6 minute mark. Last quarter. So, West Preston stemmed the tide there a little bit with a nice goal. They get their 16th of the day. And yes, that goal was kicked by... it's actually Daniel Pizzetto, who's gone forward now for West Preston Roosters. Ryan Harris gets the breakaway from the centre bounce, gets it out to Ryan Story, goes down to half forward. Prestigiacomo just gives the little nudge to Scooter White there, gets him out of the road, and the ball is seen over the line and out of bounds. He plays the percentages beautifully, Prestigiacomo. Okay, from the throw, and there's a clearance there by West Preston. All players going hard there. Ali Fahour gets the takeaway, but his big tumbling kick lands on top of the old bus sheller next to the coach's box here, and it's a free kick for out on the full to be taken by McLeod. Recipient of this is Andrew Murray. Umpire feverishly blowing the whistle. Oh, and he says there's some interference here. Someone may not have come over. That might have been Simon Close there, number 17 for the West Preston Rooster, has not come over the mark, and there's a 50-metre penalty. Now, the umpire's getting very excited about the amount of acreage he's giving of this penalty, and he's brought Andrew Murray up within kicking distance of goal. Now, he'll be kicking from about the 45-metre mark. Man standing the mark is about 42 metres. Murray comes in, it's just fading to the far side, and it's through for another behind. The behinds has been the name of the game for McLeod today, and they get their 18th of the day. They go to 8-18-66. Trailing the West Preston Lakeside Roosters 16-5, 101. Okay. West Preston working the ball out of defence here. They're doing quite well here. Through Matthew Veseleski, they get the ball up to half forward. Oh, big Antonio Rocca says, I'll take a big mark here for you. He takes it beautifully, gets a lead up from his teammate, and he just positions that ball just perfectly for him. All his West Preston teammate had to do was just to run into a vacant area of land, and there was the ball waiting for him on a plate. Thank you very much. So, West Preston player can't pick up his number here. He comes in, shoots for goal. And he has missed. So, one behind, 1 point to the West Preston Roosters. As McLeod bring the ball back into play. They've spotted it up long on the back flank position right in front of the pavilion here. He's spotted up O'Brien, he's had a really interesting battle with big Antonio Rocca today. The umpire calls play on. There's a big tumbling kick up to the centre wing by O'Brien. And waiting the way there is Lazar, who has been awarded the mark. He belts the ball down over half forward. Oh, and at ground level was Antonio Rocca going in there. He couldn't pick up the ball. Eventually there is a ball up. Rocca in the ruck this time up against O'Brien. Comes off their hands and over the line and out of bounds. Got young Hines here playing on Prestigiacomo. So Hines looks like he's about 2 inches shorter and about 3 stone lighter, but You've got to start somewhere in football. It's his first senior game. Eventually the ball comes out to Antonio Rocca. And big Antonio says, I'll have a snap on goal. And this time I have missed, and it's through for a behind. So one more point to West Preston.
$11-minute mark.
Over at Terry Spielberg O'Brien, the cameraman here, tells me we've reached the 11-minute mark of the last quarter. The ball was relayed back to Andrew Murray, who will take the kick in. It's a lovely kick of the football, this lad, particularly if he goes long. And he does. It's out well over centre half back. And there's a nice mark in front there to Ryan Harris for McLeod. He gets a nice handball down to. There might have been to his team out there in John Andrew, who got it up to Bianchin. And he's done a little chip kick up looking for Nick Lynch. Didn't find the mark on that occasion. McLeod guys in there fighting hard. There was Travis White. Oh, he didn't get possession of the ball, but I tell you what happened was there was a beautiful tackle laid by the fella Hines for McLeod, and he got the resultant free kick. He chipped it across to Woodhams. Woodhams lined up the goal, and he kicked for goal, and he's just missed. Story of the day. So they're approaching their 20th behind for the day. They're on 19 behinds, McLeod, and they get 20 points for that. 19 points for that, and so they're looking for their 20th behind for the day. They've got 8 goals, 19 to 16-7. As West Preston move the ball beautifully down forward, but there's a lovely smother here by Long. At halfback gets the handball over to Nankervis. He got it back to Story, who back to Long, but inside to Malikan. Then he was tackled heavily, come to Woodhams. He got it over to John Andrew. He got it to Bianchin. This is quite a little bit clever and comical by the McLeod players. They get it down to half forward, but the West Preston defenders are just too clever here, and they work the ball through Matthew Vasilevsky, who's a beautiful left foot kick, and he spotted up Billy Morrison right in front of the McLeod coach's box on the true wing position. He goes inboard to Chris Barden. He's blinded by the sun, so his teammate Nick Vasilevsky runs and says, I'll help you out. Then he gets it over to Luke McKenna, and he lines up the goals, and he goes bang, and he has no problems putting it right through the middle for a goal. Yep, there's the 17th goal of the day to the West Preston Roosters. They're leading 109 to McLeod on 67. They've got a nice balanced side here, the West Preston Roosters. One would think that they may feature prominently in this year's finals. Time will tell. Okay, from the centre bounce comes the ground level, a scramble kick forward by John Andrew. Then comes down to Long, who hasn't stopped trying all day long. He gets a kick forward on his left foot, but it's over the top of Scooter White, and there's a mark to West Preston deep in defence. To Ali Fahua. Ali Fahua spots up Presti Giacomo on the centre wing. Oh, he does a little blind turn, spins around, gets a handball over his teammate. He sweeps it further wide to Simon Close. His kick is intercepted by Joel Kidd. He runs in, Kidd grabs possession of the ball there, and he's all wrapped up again. The umpire says, well, I think he might have felt a little bit sorry for him there. I don't know, maybe I got it wrong. He gets the free kick, gets it over to Hines. He gets the ball up to half forward. Oh, McLeod guys have done well here. It's picked up by Lynch, but his tumble kick goes bouncing forward and over the line into the forward pocket. He seemed to lose sense of where the goals were there, Lynch. I'm not too sure whether he'd suffered a knock or just lost his direction a bit there. Not to worry. Play goes on. Ball's been thrown back in. Big punch away by Mackenzie in the ruck there for West Preston. Ball close to the boundary line. And I can hear a couple of whistles there. But the only one that's going to count is the one saying, chuck it in. It's over the line, now a bounce. Host of players around the ball here. Oh, Mackenzie gets it down so easily to his teammate. They raffle it around the West Preston guys. They clear it from defence so easily. Then they drive it down over the wing position where a West Preston player leads up for the mark there. He's interfered with. The little fella goes inboard, looking and finding big Antonio Rocca. He's just too strong, too powerful for O'Brien. And then he's just too clever, too smart, too experienced. And he spots up number 16, who just had a break on his opponent there, and just placed it on a platter to him. That was to Luke Cotchett, and Cotchett ran in and kicked the easiest of goals. Gee, Terry, he just made it look easy, didn't he?
So?
Rocker, he just made it look easy.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, let's do this, and we'll just go over here, and and then you can have a goal there, you know." Back at the centre bounce after the Roosters got their 8th goal, and they tumble it down forward again, looking for and finding big Antonio Rocca. He's just too big. He's just too strong. And he's clutching the ball in his right hand, just like it's an Easter egg. Not a problem. He lines it up. Takes his time. Everyone's just watching him. Let's see how he does this. Well, he just trots in carefully and pops on his boots, and he kicks it straight through the middle for another goal. So there's the 19th of the day to West Preston. Not too sure how many goals Rocker would have at this stage. One would think, what would you think, Terry? Perhaps 5? Perhaps 6? Probably 6. His opponent today, O'Brien, has tried very hard, but he's just in another class. Now Rocker's trotting to the bench. Looks like he's going to have a little bit of a rest here. He's done his job. Yes, well done. Well done to the big fella. He done very well. He goes off. Simon Close comes on. Mackenzie in the ruck for West Preston Roosters up against Long. John Andrew in there fighting hard for McLeod. Ball eventually comes down to Dave Adams. He scrambles the ball further forward, comes to Bianchin, gets on his left foot, gets the ball up and looking for Scooter White. He's hotly pursued at ground level, but White's good enough to get a nice centering kick back, looking for the McLeod players there. Eventually at ground level, Lynch is able to get his boot to the ball, and it trickles through for a goal. So McLeod get their 9th goal of the day. They go to 9-19, make that 73, trailing West Preston on 19-7. I think if the scoreboard attendant just move there, or I can do my maths, 19-7 makes it 1-2-1.
19-minute mark.
19-minute mark, the last quarter here at De Winton Park. We're in the depths of winter there, but there's a little bit of sunshine just creeping out and casting some sunbeams and some shadows across the ground at the minute. Okay, West Preston going to attack here. Oh, there's a big juicy ball sent up there for the West Preston forwards, but it comes to ground level. Players in hard there, and there's a free kick over the shoulder, I think it may be, or in the back to the little fella there, one of the Macheski brothers. And this one will be Billy, number 10. It's going to get the resultant free kick right in front, 10 metres out, runs in, no problems. Oh, has he missed? Or has he just squeezed that one in? He squeezed it in for a goal. Didn't look that good off the boot there, but he was that close. You'd have to fall over as the... You'd have to fall over to miss it, as many people would say. Okay, so it's the 20th goal of the day to the West Preston Roosters. They go to 20 goals, 7-127, leading McLeod 9-19, 73.
They're not working, are they?
Mackenzie in the ruck again, up against Long. Ball's thrown high in the air by the umpire. Mackenzie wins the tap out, comes down to Billy Morrison. He's unable to take possession. Eventually there's an errant handball by the McLeod player there, but now there's some clean hands by the West Preston players, but then there's some not so clean hands by the West Preston players. That's intercepted First of all by Branley, then long handballs didn't hit the mark. Eventually Dave Adams' handball comes out nicely to Long. He kicks it up to the full forward area. Oh, Hewitt has arguably interfered with umpire. Let's play go on. And there's going to be a ball up 15 metres out from goal, directly in front. McLeod kicking to the bowling club end of the ground, the left of screen, ball thrown in the air. Hines up there for McLeod. Oh, big Prestigia Como bursts his way through and then gets a very defensive clearing handball to the over towards the boundary, but the umpire has either called, well, he's spotted up a free kick to West Preston deep in defence there. They chipped the ball further around where Chris Barden has marked the ball in front of and Nick Lynch. Barden drives the ball down to the wing position where McLeod player is edged out of the contest there, and West Preston guy takes the easy of marks, chips to his teammate just forward of the centre wing, who drives down to the hot spot in front of goal. Oh, there's a big mark there to Damien Smith, number 11. He's marked the ball 30 metres out on a 45-degree angle, and naturally fancies his chances here. Smith comes in, shoots for goal. He likes the look of that, and it's through for a goal. So another goal to the West Preston Roosters. They get their 21st goal of the day. So they get their 12 goals up in goals on McLeod. McLeod's leading the points 19-7. To be Hines 19-7. But overall, West Preston's got a very, very comfortable lead. Young Hines in the ruck here for McLeod. Arguably may have won the tap out, comes to ground level. There's a scramble kick forward by Nankervis. But only as far as Matthew Vasilevsky for West Preston. His kick is not that good. It tumbles down just over the wing. Oh, the McLeod guys are in hard for the ball there. Kid's done well. Oh, he's all wrapped up. He's trying to get out of the contest there. And he's well tackled. Try to break the tackles there, kid. And the umpire said, we'll just call for a ball up there. Perhaps a little fortunate there, kid. But anyway, kid is good enough on this occasion to recover and get a nice little chip kick over to Bianchin, who goes wide and spots up Dave Adams. He bursts from centre wing and drives the ball up to the centre half forward area where Cole Hewitt runs onto the ball, and the umpires awarded him the mark. West Preston guys feel it should have been play on, but umpires the final say. So Hewitt fancies his chances here. He's kicking from about 46 metres out, directly in front to the bowling club end of the ground. It's going to come up a little short, but flying nicely there. Has read it well as Nick Lynch, who's marked right in the goal square. Lynch will come in to kick for the 10th goal of the day for McLeod. Comes in, has no trouble popping that one through, and they go to 10 goals, 19, trailing the West Preston Lakeside Roosters 21 goals, 7. It's 10-19-79 to 21-7, 133. It's good to see the young fella Hines make his debut for McLeod today. He's a lively type, and you can tell he's very enthusiastic and loves his football and gives a contest. Okay, from the centre bounce there, it's all West Preston's. They break away easily, and then they spot up Bazzetto. The big fella's marked at centre half forward for West Preston. He delivers a nice kick across to a teammate. Might be Luke McKenna, is it there, who's marked right in front, 20 metres out. He's marked down low. The ball came over the back of the pack, and he had no trouble slotting in there and getting the mark. Now, McKenna comes in, lines up the goals, shoots, and it's another goal on the scoreboard to West Preston. Which could be their 22nd of the day, it is. They go to 22-7, make that 139, leading McLeod 10-19, 70.
Has it been a time?
26 minutes built. 26 minute mark.
We're 26 minutes into the last quarter. Umpire throws the ball in the Hines in the ruck for McLeod. Oh, he breaks it ground level. His second efforts are good, the young fella Hines. He scrambled kick up the half forward where the West Preston defenders are up to the task and they repel the ball out to the outer wing side. Then they chip the ball down to Matthew Vasilevsky, who's a beautiful left foot kick. He brings the ball down looking for Damien Smith. It's come over his head and McLeod is able to defend the ball up towards the wing, but the West Preston players are just too good for him today. Then through Chris Barden, they work it down to Billy Morrison, but he's missed what he should have taken. And then Dave Adams has gone to ground here. The umpire has awarded a free kick to him. Adams has taken the ball and he's spotted up. Well, he was looking for Bianchi in the middle of the ground, but in the way is the Irishman, Niall McDowell. Is the best I can do on the pronunciation of that. They bring the ball along a little further through Sean Gannon, then back to Chris Barden, and then a little chip to Luke McKenna. So you get the feeling that players from both sides have perhaps lost a little bit of interest in this now. There's a lead out by the West Preston player there. The ball didn't quite hit the mark there. Kick. McLeod trying to defend here. Might have been through Melican to O'Brien, who hasn't stopped trying all day long. They get it out to Branley. Branley drives up to half forward. That was a beautiful mark taken by Scooter White there. He goes back inboard. It's gone over. Missed the mark there. Went over the head of Bianchin to Troy White. Back to Bianchin. In there is Lynch at ground level. He's all wrapped up. And the umpire had no hesitation in calling for a ball up. It's right on the arc. The forward arc there. It's on the Grove Road side of the ground. Ball thrown in the air. Simon Close in the ruck there for West Preston on that occasion. West Preston were able to clear to the centre wing position. There's a punch away there by Sievers. It comes down to Richard Andrew. He gets the ball further forward, but in the way there is the Irishman, Niall McDowell. Niall chips the ball down to Chris Barden, who he must have had 35 possessions today. He gets the ball further down to the lead up from Bizzetto. He gets the ball down over to Matthew Vasilevsky, who runs around on his trusted left foot and gets the ball up the forward pocket. And there's a comfortable mark taken close to the boundary line by Damien Smith. Now Smith is marked 20 metres from goal, right on the boundary line, and we'll have a shot as we hear the siren go for the end of the game. He's coming into the 23rd goal of the day to West Preston, and he's made a total meal of that, missed everything. So the final score here today at the Winton Park is West Preston 22 goals 7 have defeated McLeod on 10 goals 19 70. And it's over for another week, Terry.
Thanks, Rick.